What is up, guys, and welcome back to another day of Whitley Auto Works. I know you've seen this thing in the background before. It has been the bane of my existence for the past week or so doing videos with it. This is the second video actually that we've done with it. On the first video I did a $10 electric spray gun Rust-Oleum pearl paint job, and I had very mixed reviews with you guys. Some of you guys loved it. Some of you guys told me I need to go back to paint school, and rightfully so. I mean, this thing right here is it's like starting over again, guys. It has no name on it. It has little to no adjustments, and I picked it up from an Amazon bin store for $10. Now, I've seen the viral one going around that everybody's been using. That one is corded. It's made by a company, I think it was, don't quote me on it, it was like Hitchcock or whatever. I've seen a lot of YouTubers use it, and even some of them doing it in more of a controlled environment. I'm doing it out here in my little shop, and you know, no controlled environment whatsoever, really. I'm just out of the wind. But we're trying to get the best results possible with a $10 electric spray gun that I found at the bin store. And that's what we're doing today, guys. You asked for automotive. We're doing automotive today instead of Rust-Oleum. So we're going to try, well, we're going to attempt a base clear paint job with this cheap $10 electric spray gun. So let's get into it. All right, guys. So today we're doing automotive. I've got some Nason XL Black. Now, if you don't know what Nason XL is, Nason is a brand of paint that most people get when they go to a Napa Automotive paint store. They're a popular brand for doing automotive stuff. Nason XL is what this paint is. This is their higher end of stuff. It's a little bit thicker as far as the additives go in it and everything else. So we're going to be doing some of that today, and I'm going to spice it up. A subscriber sent me this Pearl EX powder, this Aztec Gold, a while ago. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it into the black and create a little bit of a pearl type paint. Just something fun to make it custom or whatever else. And then we'll spray that on the panel, and then we'll clear coat it and see what kind of results we can get out of that crazy electric spray gun. So I'm going to bring you guys in close and let's mix this stuff up. Alright, guys, so like I said, Nason XL Black. Now, it's nothing special. It's just a generic automotive black. So I'm going to add some of that in here. It does mix 2 to 1. So I'm going to mix me up a good healthy little batch, and it mixes 2 to 1 with full base reducer. I'll show you that real quick. That is Nason full base reducer real quick, and I'll thin it out with that real quick, and then we'll add some pearl into it. I think that's going to make it really cool. Kind of spice everything up and make it fun today. I don't know how much it's going to take. We're just doing a fender, so you know, it is what it is. Gotta have fun with it. So, and then Pearl EX, guys, Aztec Gold, the 658. Let's see what this looks like. Oh yeah, that's fancy. So let me mix this up really good real quick and see how it's gonna do. And I'm not gonna measure this out. I'm literally just gonna throw it in there and see what we get. So just trying to have some fun with it. All right, let's put some of that in there. Come on. All right, that's a good bit. All right, I know you guys can't see this. I'm kind of at an angle. Let's see. That's got a little sparkle to it. Let's put a little bit more in it. All right, so that's what it looks like. I'm gonna mix this up really good. Let me come around here and I'll show you. All right, there, that's a little bit better. So, you know, it's gonna have some sparkle to it. I did put a crap ton of pearl in it, if I'm honest. So you can see, has a little bit of sparkle to it. I'm going to mix this up really good. We're going to load up that electric spray gun, and let's get it spraying. Alright, guys, so if you decide to do this, first thing you're going to want to do is set you up a piece of paper like this so you can check and adjust this thing. Because like I said, it doesn't have many adjustments on some of these. Now, some of these are better than others, so you might get one that's a much better quality than mine. But for sake of this video, I'm going to show you guys, we want to set up our fan pattern. I did change the tip out from previous video to a little bit bigger tip, and I've been trying to mess with it. So I'm going to show you what kind of fan pattern I got with it. I am running it wide open, and then we'll move on to the fender and spray some base coat. So this is what I got. So as you can see, it's about a 4-inch to 5-inch wide pattern, and it's not a very wide pattern. Unlike a spray gun, you can get much better results with something like that. But for sake of this video, I'm gonna try it out, And we're going to lay it. All you got to do with base coat is get consistency. It's the clear coat where we might run into issues. So, all right, let's jump over to the fender and let's lay down some base coat. All right, guys, I'm going to do light, consistent coats on this. I'm just going for coverage with the base coat. So let's try that first. Let's get that laid out. And I'm interested to see some of this black, gold, pearl mixture is going to look like. So, all right, I'm going to put my mask on. Let's get it spraying. Alright guys, so I got my base coat laid down. That was the easy part. Don't mind the scratches and stuff in it. This is just a test fender, just to see if I can get decent results. It's a pretty color though. It's going to look a lot like Java Black from Subaru. So, alright, let's mix up some clear and let's keep this going. Alright guys, for clear coat today, I am using the Finish One FC720. This is one I use regularly on the channel, especially because it works well with Rust-Oleum paint. Doesn't give me any reactions. It's a 2K high solid urethane clear. So I'm going to mix some of this up. Probably about 4 or 5 ounces. And like I said, this is just a test spray out, so not trying to get too crazy with it. Just enough to do everything with it. You do have the measurements on the side. I did 4 ounces, which is great because this is 4-to-1 clear. So 1 more ounce of the hardener. I'm using medium temp hardener, just because it's like 75 out today, and I think that'll be decent. And I'm gonna mix this up real good. I'm gonna load up my hopper right here, and we're gonna get to spraying. All right guys, so I've given the base coat about 20-25 minutes to flash off, and now I'm ready to add the clear coat. I am using the Finish One clear today, and I'm just gonna do consistent coats, guys, for coverage, see if I can wet this out good. And yeah, see what kind of results we can get out of this cheap $10 electric spray gun. We'll take it out in the sun and see what we got. I'm gonna put my mask on. Let's get the spraying. Alright guys, so it's the next day. Here's the spray out. And as you saw, I was having some issues with the gun. It kept wanting to pulse, and I think that's because it's battery powered and just the way it's laid out and everything else. The spray out doesn't look bad. It's entirely fixable with a good cutting and buffing. But that's kind of the whole thing with these electric spray guns. They're kind of hit or miss. I definitely think if you're going to get an electric spray gun, get one that has a cable to it that plugs in. They're a little bit more powerful, and I think they spray a lot more consistent. So, can we fix this? Yes, and we're going to cut and buff it. I'm going to go to sanding on it right now, and let's see if we can't make this thing look 9 out of 10. Like I said, the finish isn't horrible. I mean, it's definitely workable. So, let's try cutting and buffing and see what we get. Alright guys, so as you just saw, I started off sanding with 800. You have to be very, very careful with this. I've got a little soft block right there and some 800 grit. I'll show you. 800 grit and some Dawn dish soap and some soapy water. And, you know, I'm painting outside, guys, so you can expect stuff like this. See the little dirt nibs and trash? That was where a bug flew in it. And you can see a little bit of the grain and the texture and stuff like that. So all this stuff you want to get out. I think I even got a little bit of a run over here. And basically you just want to take your wet sand block right here and just kind of work it back and forth smooth. You definitely want to use a block. This is a soft block, but you just work it back and forth smooth until you get all that out, guys, and everything is all like that. And you just want to be careful though, because you don't want to cut through everything. You want to be mindful, make sure you have enough material to even do this. Make sure you got like 3 to 4 coats of clear. But yeah, you just sand that flat until that right there all looks dull and you don't see that actual thing. And also, if you can feel it, you will see it in the finish. So yep, I'm gonna do 800 first, and be very, very careful if you decide to go down to 800. Most of the time you start with 1,000 to 1,500, and then work my way up to 2,000, 3,000, and then we'll compound and buff everything. So I'm gonna keep going, and I'll just update you every step. Alright guys, a little bit of an update. I'm sanding on it, and I wanted to show you guys, like, it don't take much, especially with this 800, guys. I'm literally just sitting it on the panel and letting it glide over the panel. You want to let the sandpaper do all the work. You don't want to push down on it really hard or nothing like that, because then you create grooves in the area. And let me just kind of wipe it real quick and show you what I'm getting to. See, we are getting better. Obviously, I still have a little bit of trash in it in certain areas, but a lot of the little ones have actually been gone. And like I said, you're getting a little bit more consistency out of it. Obviously, you still see that variation. That's your orange peel, and you want to get it completely leveled and flat. That's another one I fixed right there. You see that? You want to get that out and completely flat. And just like I said, let the sandpaper do all the work, guys. Do not bear down on it, because if you do, you cut through completely, and if you cut through all your clear, it's game over. So I'm gonna get this right. I'm gonna sand everything flat, and then I'll catch back up with you. Alright guys, so I know this is getting very repetitive, but as you can see, I'm getting very close in some areas to having it all laid out. So now I'm going to switch up from the 800 and go up to 1,000. That way I can just be sure that I'm not going to cut through in some of the more vulnerable areas. But a lot of the trash and stuff like that I've gotten out pretty good. So alright, 1,000, and then 2,000, 3,000, and we'll cut and buff, and I'll catch up with you. Alright guys, so this is after a great bit of sanding with 1,000. As you can see, I still have some spots on it, but I think I'll get the rest of those out with 2,000. Just want to be very, very careful, especially if you're new to doing all this. You want to get this stuff out, but you don't want to cut through all your clear. So I think that's going to do pretty good. Alright, I'm going to move on to 2,000, and I'll show you what I got. Alright guys, so this is my fender after 2,000. We're getting there. Couple of little spots still, but 3,000's next, and then we'll start compounding and cutting. Let's get to it. Alright guys, so it's a good bit later, and I've been sitting on this thing for a while. I started out with 800. I got all the debris and got everything leveled down pretty good with 800. If you decide to use 800, definitely be gentle with it. And then stepped it up to 1,000 and smoothed it out even more. Then 2,000, then 3,000. And you're just basically polishing it back and getting rid of all the texture and highs and low spots and everything else. And then, just for craps and giggles, I just decided I hit it with 5,000, guys. So now what I'm gonna do is, normally you go up to 3,000 or 2,000 and then hit it with a compound and polish. Me, what I'm gonna do is, I've got my 3M wool pad right here on my little DA, and I've got some of this 3M Perfected polish, guys. This is what I typically use. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime up my pad real good. All that is you just take some of this, you put it on your pad, and you smooth it out on the pad, because you don't want to run your pad dry, because you'll scratch what you're sanding on or buffing on. And yeah, then we'll put a little bit more on it, and we'll get to buffing this back out to a mirror shine. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so I did end up using some compound. I hit it with the Wizards Turbo Cut compound. It works pretty good. And then of course the 3M Perfected. That's a really good polish for just trying to bring back that shine. I used a 3M wool pad and my little DA polisher. So, alright, let me show you the results. Alright guys, so I think today we answered the question, can you get decent results out of a $10 electric spray gun or any electric spray gun, and what are you in for if you decide to use an electric spray gun to do an automotive paint job, a Rust-Oleum Pearl paint job, any paint job in general. First things first, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. I'm no pro with the electric spray gun. This was a test panel today, so I was not trying to go for 100% perfection. I just wanted to get you guys in the ballpark and let you guys see the reality of what you can expect if you decide to go this route. I tried to show everything, guys. This being a battery-powered option, as far as the spray gun goes, or any electric spray gun goes, I definitely say if you're going to get one, stay away from the battery-powered option. I don't know if you saw it in my video, but these things want to pulse. And a lot of that, I think it's because it is battery powered, and as the batteries get weaker, this motor just doesn't operate the way it should when it's got full battery. Also, you're limited with a battery. You never know when it's going to run out of juice, and you don't want to do a full car with something like this because it's just going to cut out, and you just never know when to change your battery. It's inconsistent. That's why all these other guys, you see these YouTubers using the viral one. The viral one is corded, guys. It's an HVLP. It's stronger wattage than this one, so it's got more power and more adjustment settings, more control. So you definitely want to get a corded one like what they're using, because a battery powered one, the cheapest of the cheap like this one, is just not going to cut it. Can you cut and buff? Yeah, if you get decent enough results, obviously, you can cut and buff it and go back. You can fix just about any paint job as long as you got enough material and you lay it out halfway decent. And, you know, I'm not going for a show quality finish on this. I was just going for a good enough back to, you know, decent standards, and just show you guys what you're in for with something like this. I mean, I got this cheapest of the cheap, $10 spray gun, Amazon bin store. It doesn't even have a name brand, guys. I don't even know where to get it to send you guys to get one. So definitely look into the one that other YouTubers are using. If you want to go the electric spray gun route, you'll have a much better time with something like that. And that's my thoughts on the electric spray gun as far as the spray out goes. What'd you guys think of the color? I know the finish is lacking a little bit. It's not 100% perfect. I wasn't going for that because it's a test fender, but I just wanted to get it close enough. I wanted it to really shine out in the light. So if you decide you want to go back and get, say, some Rust-Oleum black or an automotive black and make your own custom pearl paint job, now you know how to do it with that Pearl EX Aztec Gold. It's really, really cool. It highly mimics the Java Black Pearl from the Subaru WRX, but ultimately, guys, it ain't up to me. Rate my results with the spray gun, rate this color, rate anything I did on today's episode, and let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. What did you think of this $10 electric spray gun, both with the Rust-Oleum paint job, with the automotive paint job? Which one was your favorite, and what could I have done better? You know, I always appreciate your interest. I'm not the king of anything. I'm not the end-all be-all when it comes to automotive stuff, thinking I'm, you know, all that or whatever. I'm just a guy in his backyard with a small shop, doing it in all the same conditions you guys would probably end up doing it in. Heat, humidity, man, it got hot today. So, and just showing you guys what you're in for and realistic results from a real person. So if you like that, and you know, you want to continue to stick with me and watch, we're almost up to 20,000 subscribers, guys, and I'm truly blessed to have each and every one of you guys constantly on the channel, interacting with me, and also in the forums. The Painting with Rust-Oleum forum, I'm very active in, just because we do a lot of cheap budget paint jobs, and I'm always trying to help you guys out any way I can to get the best results for the smallest amount of money possible. And I know a lot of you guys are brand new to everything, and I'm trying to help you guys any way I can, because hey, I wanted it back in the day when I was new to all this stuff. So, all right, guys. Well, if you like what I'm doing, you like this crazy spray outs, you like the candy paint jobs, all this stuff on a budget, definitely take a second, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, ring the little bell beside it. That'll notify you every time a new episode drops. And please leave me a like and comment before you click off this video. It helps me greatly with the algorithm. If you want to purchase any of the stuff you saw me use today, the Finish One Clear, anything like that, guys, links are always in the description. Everything's always in my Amazon store. Just click the link in the description that says "Ask It on YouTube." It'll take you to my store. You get everything for the same price I get it. We will get a small kickback if you buy it, but you get the benefits of Amazon Prime and everything else that they have to offer, and it's a win-win for both of us. It goes to help out the channel. But I appreciate you guys for watching and always sticking with me. Thanks for probably 20,000 subscribers now, and I look forward to many more years of doing this and just having fun with you guys. So appreciate you for watching. I'm John from Whitley Auto Works. I hope you guys have a great day. God bless, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.